The research and development for Dulse began at Hatfield Marine Center, has been developed by OSU Food and Innovation. And we think that the development of this as a resource and a product in the future should align with the vision of OSU as a land-grant university that is to serve the people we're working. So we've thought of some ideas and a model that can go along with that vision. So this vision starts with the community. So it starts with the community of Oregon, of people in the food community, beauty industries, supplements, health, wellness, other people in aquaculture, other people in farms and agriculture. We believe that if this is integrated and connected through all of that community, that it definitely would be successful. So the story of Rory Farms begins with a heritage. The heritage of Dulce itself is not new, even though it's new to us. It's a heritage that goes back, Icelandic cultures, Irish cultures, and Rory itself is a name given to powerful Irish kings, so we thought it was a fitting name for such a powerful plant. So our philosophy is rooted in social and ecological responsibility. We're aware that you cannot just say that anymore. So we kind of went through all of our mission statements, vision statements, and decided that as a resource, as a product, we were going to have to be able to back that up all along the way. That people need certification, they need testing, they need third-party certifications, they need to know that something is a quality product. And even though it's an amazing plant, an amazing resource, there's a lot that goes into the cultivation that it has to be tested, and these nutrients and its quality have to be ensured. So our mission is to contribute to a more sustainable future by providing an incredibly efficient, high-quality, nutrient-dense, plant-based resource while advancing our coastal communities and beyond. And advancing our coastal communities and the potential for this to be a commodity for Oregon in the agricultural and in the aquaculture sector is what we think is most important about Dulce. And what we do is we provide the highest quality of fresh, dried, flaked, and ground Dulse to an expanding web of markets that seek sustainability in their products and transparency in their operations. And we understand that as providers of this ingredient for all these wonderful products, that you would also require this transparency. So you would require certifications, testing. You would need to know that the product and the inputs are coming from a place that you can trust. So we know that in order to do this, that our philosophy and our mission, our value proposition, everything has to resonate and has to be integrated into the full cycle of our supply chain. So from harvesting and cultivation, through research and education, processing, manufacturing, treatment, and then also we believe it's important to get this developed for tourism and marketing for Oregon as well. So we think this could be something that could really continue and contribute education and research the way that it started. One of the ways that we think that is, aside from our processing location of our aquaculture operation, we also think it would be exciting to have an R&D site, which I'll talk about later, at Hatfield. So 2 different locations. We know that for our aquaculture operation, that coastal access is important. We'd like to look at the reuse of existing sites, potentially different industrial complexes that are not being used anymore so that we don't build new structures. We'd like to look into co-cultivation with other agricultural, aquaculture sectors. Infrastructure, education and research, and 2 different sites, and then also renewable energy and its inputs into our operation. For energy, Dulce itself requires, the tanks require temperature to be cold, they require constant aeration, they require constant light, and so I think energy is a really important component of this operation, and so we'd like to look into low-input options. We think that our use of renewable resources and sources into the energy would allow us to get subsidies and grants to fund the project, which would allow us to keep our costs down, and also looking for processing efficiencies, regional distribution, bio-based fuels, and education. So the R&D that could be developed with this site, like we said, there could could be a potential for an R&D site at Hatfield location. It could be a site that is a host to all of industry, whether you're in the beauty industry, or whether you're in agricultural and food industries, or whether you're trying to develop a new product. We think it could be a great place to come and work in the test kitchen, in the lab, to start to try out different recipes, to work with scientists and researchers to develop something that's really good for the market. This would also be a great place for events and gatherings with industry. So we knew that in order to make this resonate through our whole model, that we had to sit down and we had to do a brand equity chart. We had to evaluate who we were, what our values were, our value proposition, our positioning statement. For our positioning statement, our value proposition, that we're rooted in social and ecological responsibility. We strive to go above and beyond regulations by certifying our own operations and products to the highest level. We are aware that this carries a lot of cost with it as well. But we know that regulations, certifications, right now, not everything's labeled, but more and more there's going to be more pressure from consumers to have things labeled in all of your products. And so we know that we'll have to be able to meet those standards. And so we ensure a sustainable market chain for premium products by beginning with us. And in order to start to go into the branding and the packaging, we knew we had to assess our core values. So as a brand, in sustainability, this is just a bit about our packaging. We believe, we're not meant to be a retail product as of yet, although it does have retail potential. As just an ingredient, all of our packaging, it's important to us, that it's recyclable, that it goes through waste streams that are localized, that it's non-toxic. Some of these things, Oregon has a large recycling and paper processing industry between International Paper. There's a place in Corvallis that processes recycled pulp. We'd like to work with companies like that. And then also we know that for delivering fresh Dulse, it's an issue that you need to put it on ice. And so we looked into some research, and there are different shipping boxes available for agricultural products that have a new type of wax that can be put through recycling streams. Previously, it couldn't be recycled, that the wax was always an issue for putting it through that stream. So for pricing just takes into account a lot of these certifications.
Yeah, so our main goal is to sell a high quality product at a reasonable to higher price to our buyers. And we want to acquire a significant market share from our competitors by providing high quality, high value, certified product. And with the certifications, we're going to have to charge a little bit more because people will buy into what we're saying. And then some of just kind of an average pricing structure. Fresh and dry Dulse, $4 to $6 wholesale, and then Dulse flake and powdered is $5 to $7 wholesale. And that's just kind of what we see kind of in the market, kind of an average, just around $5 to $6. Kind of compete with them. And then this is some of our costs that we potentially have: water tanks, advertising, heating lamps, food dehydrator, refrigerator, etc. But if you look at it realistically in the long term, our costs are going to be pretty much low enough, which is really nice. And then look at examples of like incentive pricing structure. You could do like, for example, 10,000 units. If someone buys it from us, they receive 5 to 9% discount. Or if you buy like 30,000 units, you get like 7 to 11. Just examples of that. And then, so in units, 1 unit equals 1 pound. So we're just doing some projections here. Like 2015 projecting, we'll sell all the products combined, 500,000 to 1.5 million. That would be in pounds. And then 2016, 2 to 3 million, and then the list goes on. And the basis of these projections, we just kind of look at different markets. Just the pet, we'll go into the pet food. Just that itself, just the pet industry is $59 billion industry, and it's increasing by about $2 billion each year. And the pet food in itself is just $22 billion, and that's increasing about $1 billion each year. So we have different markets in that way.
So Megan's going to talk about our markets, but we see our market web is that they're coastal communities, so mostly regional West Coast communities, whether they're large or small.
That is pretty clever.
So one of the first channels we want to delve into is the culinary. So we would want to get involved in restaurants, coastal restaurants, kind of the farm to table, fresh idea, using our dry flake products, fresh products as well. We want to go to festivals, be involved in that, do a partnership with Rogue, we thought would be good. Trina did some research that it's customary to eat it when you drink beer, to eat the dry juice when you drink beer.
Irish tradition.
Yeah.
So it could be a fun market.
So it'd be fun, especially with Hatfield and Rogue, both in that location, kind of come together, make partnership with them. So some different, who was the other one? Oh, we talked about maybe doing with McMinimans. They do, they're all up and down the West Coast as well, they have this thing called a passport. You get every location you go to, you get a stamp on your passport, so doing some type of partnership with them, with our products, again, for beer, it's that kind of coastal lifestyle.
So yeah, promotion through festivals, street food, distillery tours, there's so much opportunity to become part of the community with this. And then our own website, our own integration into lifestyle journals, stories on our buyers' websites, all of that. And then there's health and wellness.
So health and wellness is a huge channel to get involved in. We heard from the other presentations today so far. So there's supplements, energy bars, fruit juices. So our idea is going to these companies and promoting these larger companies that they would add Dulse into their products. So it's not something we create necessarily. And then again, for promotion, just partnering, I think, with like personal trainers and yoga instructors, especially down Southern California, with those like elite personal trainers and stuff, getting them on board with our product, and then they'll go searching for that ingredient in the products that they purchase for their clients and for their personal use. Also, again, with the R&D, we would bring these people in, bring them into, they can use our facility, our test kitchen, so we're allowing them to kind of create their product without any expense to them necessarily. And then beauty, like the girls before said, this is a huge, huge industry to get involved in. People are really all about the all-natural kind of ingredients, and like they said, people want to understand what they're putting on their skin and on their face. So we would get involved with skin products, cosmetics, spa baths. Seaweed baths are a huge, new thing, I guess, for people to get involved in. I've never done one, but so kind of using that all-natural, wellness kind of feeling with our product is all-natural as well.
Well, like she had said, just partnering with different health professionals, with spas, bringing people into the R&D site. We really think, especially with how products and stories about different operations, agricultural operations, places where ingredients come from are important to people who develop products now. So we believe that our story, our mission, our values could really add value to whatever it is that they're developing as well. And that would be available on our website, lifestyle journals, could be health apps, all of these options with technology that our story could be in.
And then the last channel that we want to initially get involved in, as Jay was saying, is the pet industry. This is just a huge industry. People are very conscious of what they're feeding their pets, what they're using to groom their pets. They give their pets supplements and vitamins. Anything that a human would take, I'm sure people give to their dog as well. So we just think that it's like an untapped potential for us to get involved in. So again, we would do partnerships, bring people to our facilities to use our test kitchen, kind of bring them to the community and see host festivals, dog the possibilities or elements of that.
Sure. And all of these industries as well have their own trade shows. That we can have a representative at a trade show, have our own booth. But really, we believe the ticket with this is partnership and exposure in the community through markets. So different potential buzzes in these channels. Some simple things to start with. We thought, there could be a partnership between Rogue and Rory Farms. They would both in Newport. Perhaps, we put Dulse on the tables, that Rogue agrees to that. Being that it's a heritage thing to drink it with beer, that could be something that would be really interesting for people, a good experience. We think farmers markets, festivals, all these things are a huge potential for us for promotion. Just really getting in at the ground level with people that would want to use this type of resource, this type of ingredient in a lot of their products that they're developing either at home or on a very small and local scale. It could be a possibility that, say, Portland Pet Company adds Dulse to their ingredients. And we think it would be great, if we had gatherings. So gatherings with chefs, with people in the industry, this is a huge market potential right now to get the word out about resources, about inputs. So people getting together, sitting down, sharing, a meal, sharing their resources, talking. It could be a potential that Aveda would pick up a product like this, being because the seaweed market in itself is becoming pretty saturated, that maybe Dulse would be a great new seaweed instead of just kelp. And we see the potential for this project being awarded with major grants and subsidies that would help promote Dulse as well within Oregon as a commodity and help benefit all the products that are involved in using it as an ingredient. So just some focuses for market and for promotion. We believe that connection with this type of model is incredibly important, and that it's very easier than ever to be connected with people. And that marketing, now its platform is about experience, engagement, passion, and you can't hide claims from people anymore. Information is so readily available. We think it's going to be about celebration, so being a part of tours and festivals and markets and just having a presence in these places where you celebrate local products, you celebrate quality, you celebrate sustainability, and you're together. And then it'll always come back to community for Oregon, so these coastal communities that are part of our mission. So whether it's partnering, like I said, with other aquaculture operations, or whether it's partnering with other agricultural operations, people that are developing new and exciting products in the industry, giving back, being part of coastal cleaning, being a part of this whole community. And we think the potential is vast, and that goes back to our mission. And I had a discussion with Ed Ray a couple weeks ago about the Hatfield Marine Center and the potential for that. And he had said that they are thinking of putting $50 million into the site for research and developing it for research and development. And we think that that R&D site and the test area and research and innovation and education that's associated with aquaculture for Oregon could be really exciting for that.
I'll take questions if you have any.
The question I had was about your business propositions. You're covering a pretty big landscape here. You're talking about human food, pet foods, ingredients, research and development, promotion. How do you see the core business of this enterprise?
The core business is as cultivation, as an aquacultivation farm.
Cultivating the resource.
Yeah, so we cultivate the resource, we provide the input for any of the products that are being developed. And we know that in order to do that, we have to provide transparency, we have to be able to provide testing, to provide third-party certification. We have to ensure this product for all these markets, because what the market has, as far as what customers are expecting, what consumers are requiring, and where we're going with labeling, we know that that's going to be a very important part of this model.
You see Brewery Farms as a single-site producer of Dulse, and as such, the premier and standard setter of what Dulse is for the market. And you will support and sustain your operations with the sale of the somewhat expensive ingredient, is what I'm seeing your business plan to be. And that price is one which will charge the end host of the business from your business
dried and flaked. It's from the
Exactly.
research that we did into the input that we needed to go into these product lines.
Yeah.
That's the form it would have.
But you did not in your presentation share with us the basis of your competitive research to demonstrate that there is a market willing to pay that for this input. There's a long development curve to get the market willing to pay that price point for the product. And I'm curious about that in respect to your business plan.
Let me jump in there. I instructed the students to proceed based on the original prospects of what the research in the patent was, that this is going to be a highly productive resource and a very low marginal cost. And we went on that basis, so I didn't put them into the position of having to deal with the production marginal cost issues. I just had them do with strategic pricing rather than the full margin, because we didn't have the resources to go dive into. We're still, from a practical standpoint, working on scaling up our production to prove what Chris Langdon proved already in the lab. So the idea behind it is it has a very low marginal cost, so it can be priced any way. Now, pricing is quite important, and they need to defend their pricing.
I want to hear that.
Okay.
I want to hear the $7.
So the research that we did